Hello, everybody, to the first ever segment of Get This Podcast Cancelled. I'm Michael, and I'll let my colleagues.
I'm Rigo, you know what I'm saying?
American commentators and enthusiasts.
You know it. And so, basically, the premise of this podcast is to talk about controversial subjects and, pretty much just discuss our opinions on them. So, without beating around the bush, let's get right into it. Today's episode, gun laws and gun rights and the Second Amendment and everything that comes with it.
Man, this shit's garbage. No, I'm just like, keep it going.
I know. This is a good start. It's a good start.
Because, okay, the point of this podcast is to have fun. Have like people laugh and then also have common thoughts on things and debate. We're gonna start off with our Second Amendment right of owning guns. What do you guys think about that?
I feel like everyone should.
Everybody, yes.
Everybody.
Everybody that has the right to bear arms.
Well, shit. If we don't have people that disagree, then how the fuck are we gonna have this podcast?
Might as well call this the Gun Enthusiast Podcast. Like what the
rednecks.
Not in school.
Oh hell! We're practically the NRA, dude.
We're gonna have
sponsor us. You know what I'm saying?
We're gonna have a gun club inside the school. Oh no, baby.
I feel like we're still waiting on another co-host. His name is Henry, and he's late.
Fuck Henry. I'm saying.
Fuck Henry.
Well, maybe he knew that this was gonna happen, and he's like, you know what?
He bitched out. You know what I'm saying?
I told him ahead of time, but I guess
he didn't care.
He just said, "Fuck it." Fuck the podcast.
Fuck the podcast.
Fuck the
we'll probably see you.
Anyways, getting back to the main topic here. I feel like the gun laws and all have been brought into question a lot recently, especially with a lot of mass shootings. And what do you guys think about that? Like,
I feel like it's like a trend that's going on, now. Then you know what I'm saying? Like we see more mass shootings every day. And I still don't think it's a gun problem. Because
it's a person problem.
It's a person problem. I feel like it's a mental health issue because like there's people that aren't mentally stable and they buy guns, unfortunately, and they do tragedies, right? They you get a crazy man.
Actually, don't a lot of school shootings, the shooter gets the firearm from a parent or guardian, things of that nature.
Yeah, most of them from army backgrounds? Don't they have army backgrounds?
I'm not sure what that statistic.
So shouldn't that be fault of the army?
I'm just saying, from news reports, they're all like, he got his gun from his stepdad's gun closet or something like that,
but no, because like things I feel that I saw statistics on 80% of mass shootings. Hear me out. Mass shootings are with handguns. Mass shootings are with handguns, right? And
you can't shoot much of a mass with a handgun.
Yeah. So what I'm saying, when you say mass shooting, what do you mean? Like, I could kill. Like, there's a mass of people. There's 5 people over there. I kill them, right? It's mass shooting.
I feel like by mass, it's like more than one person, because if it's one person, there's just murder.
It's homicide, yeah.
If you want. Okay. My bad, Ivan. My bad. My bad.
And what I'm saying is, I don't think it's a gun because my parents own guns. Mm-hmm. I know where they are.
Yeah, my stepdad owns guns too.
Exactly, but I'm not a deranged man to see like, oh my god, I'm gonna grab this gun and I'm gonna kill everybody because you know what? That person called me ugly.
Yeah, exactly. I feel you on that one. Like, I don't just sit in my room and think, oh my gosh, my stepdad's gun case is under the mattress. So all I gotta do is slide it out and take it to school with me. And
just told everyone where the guns are. He just told everyone where the guns are. Expect the robbery soon.
Michael, call my lawyer. We have to make sure that our parents know that we have the guns under. What if this was like a legal problem? Like the kid's not supposed to know where. And then all we see is like parent services knock on the door of each of our houses when we finish.
We're here to check on Michael.
We're here to check where your guns, sir. We have this sort of record of this podcast episode, right? But back to the thing, I feel like guns aren't the issue. But yet again, one of the things that the left usually does, I tend to incline more towards the right. I'll say I'm a conservative, but I'm not saying like there's some ideas that I feel like are wrong. I'm not saying they're fully wrong. I feel. Yeah, but then the left, sometimes demonizes a lot, makes and doesn't make arguments based on facts, but opinions, right? And feelings, and seeing how let's go back to 2016 for example. I know this is diverting from the guns and all. Like 2016, Hillary had the majority vote. We know she could have been female president, right? But like left would tend to say that a woman or a black person or any minority in this case can never rise to power, and like it demonizes the other side. And the right believes that guns aren't the problem, and that's what I'm trying to get to. I feel like it's more of a mental health issue. Like how do we make sure that deranged people don't grab guns?
Yeah, I feel like that's the real issue here. I mean, it's not guns are the problem. Like as I told Ivan earlier, because the whole gun argument is summed up in one scene of an American Dad where Stan places his Glock on the table.
All right, go kill.
And he says, "Yeah, gun, kill." And then it's like he does this to prove his point to his daughter Haley, who is strongly goes against guns. Yeah. And he says, "You see," and then like he pretty much says it then and there. Guns don't kill people. People kill people. And I feel like a gun is just a vessel being used to, commit that hate or that crime or that murder.
Because, like, let's say if we raise the age limit to buy a gun or we have to do more background checks, a person that wants to kill is going to find a gun some way.
No, not only a gun, but if you want to do harm to a person, there's many ways of doing harm to masses.
So guns are really not the
unless you want to ban every single weapon in all existence, it still won't work. Because what
you have hammers, sledgehammers.
I was thinking about this yesterday actually. It was like, hey, I was drinking a glass of water. I was like, hey, I could break this glass of water and stab everybody around me. So does that mean there should be?
Someone get him some help. All right. Someone get him some help.
I was thinking about it for the podcast because
watch out with them guns. You know what I'm saying?
Gun rights.
Are you seeing Agent 57 take a shot?
We got him.
All right. Okay, but going back to what I was saying. It was. So does that mean we should, give everybody who wants to buy a glass cup a background check to ensure that they don't use?
No, and then like I'm saying is with gun laws is that there is no law-abiding criminal. If who kills lawfully? If they're like, wait,
U.S. Army
has an M16 in his hand. Oh wait, I'm sorry guys. Let me read my laws real quick. I can't shoot and kill people. Okay. Puts it back. Never mind, guys. There is no such thing, and that's what people tend to not look. Is like, you can regulate guns, but bad people will find a way to grab guns.
And it's the black market, or it's just in the streets.
And it's not. And it also ties in with drugs. Why are drugs expensive? Because they're illegal, right? Exactly. Because you're paying for that contraband item. If it wasn't contraband, the prices would go.
Like in California, weed is
exactly the same.
And see, whoever wants to do drugs, they're gonna do them. There's just there's no. They're finding a way.
It takes that human mind to want it to get it.
And then the same thing with guns. If I say guns are illegal, every single gun's illegal, I can find a gun somehow. I find a gun with history on it. I don't know what I'm gonna do with it. Kill somebody? I feel like if you take away guns, you also take away, a thought that you're not secure, right? I mean, the Second Amendment is not about, just shooting people in your lawn because, you just didn't like them. It's literally, and it's not like it's the
right to protect yourself.
By a tyrannical government. And then, the left usually, attacks that because, cops should protect you. But they're the same people saying cops kill people innocently. You understand?
Yeah.
Excuse me, what kind of logic is that? Yeah. You're expecting me to put trust in the police when I can't.
When you're the same people.
Exactly.
Yelling out that the police provide fair treatment.
Exactly. And it's so dumb. Yeah. I personally one of the things I see is that the Second Amendment it's a different time. It's a different time.
Yeah, nobody's running around with muskets
And
anymore.
yeah, no one's running. No one.
Taking like
Times
a minute
change.
and a half to reload.
Times change. Times change. But why now? But why the gun problem now? Right? And why is it a big deal?
Exactly, because if you know guns were such a big threat, why would they allow people to arm guns even way back when?
Yeah.
It only became a problem when school shootings and mass shootings and people started to be
like when I said deranged people start grabbing guns. And I mean, another point that comes across the debate of guns and all, do more background checks. I'm like, we have the instance in Las Vegas, the Las Vegas shooter, right?
Yeah.
He had a background check, clean as a whistle. You know what else was clean? But what I'm saying, what else? Insert sponsor right here, Trojan.com. No, I'm just kidding. So he was clean. His background history was clean. Yet he did a horrible thing, And like, it's not about.
Guess who's not getting a gun now?
Yeah, it's not just about criminal.
Hey, guess who's not getting a gun
it's
now?
about mental history. How can you take away deranged, crazy people, right? And like some people, you wouldn't even imagine.
Yeah, it would be the least person that you expect.
Yeah, and it's crazy. I mean, we have the Florida shooting that happened. What was it? This year?
Yeah.
This year, dude. This year went back like
Phew.
It's already December. Dude, when was this
your headline, man?
Wait, remember when the principal, like, I don't know, the day we came back, after that, like, shooting in Florida, in Parkland, and he was like, blah, 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 and it's like, shoot me an email.
Oh, yeah.
And over the intercom, and I started dying. I was like, shoot me an email?
Wrong time, doctor.
Wrong time.
But, all right, Ivan, I'm sorry to sort of cut you off here, but I feel like we've been talking for a little while. We haven't really got to hear much from Amigo Berto here.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I agree with y'all guys. Like, you just can't just change stuff like it is. Like, increase age, do back. It's just not gonna change nothing. It's a person that wants to kill is gonna find a way to kill. It's just same with drugs. Person that want to do drugs are gonna find.
They're gonna find a way. That's true.
You just can't put a limit to something that a human being wants to do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's not the right thing to do,
we need to find like a really anti-gun person,
but somebody,
and see their point of view.
We can talk about this like off the podcast because this is like on air.
Oh yeah.
But I mean, yeah. I wish we did have somebody in here, who could give us
like an opposite point of view.
Yeah, exactly.
Because if we all agree, it feels weird.
Yeah, the conversation gets summed up pretty quickly.
Yeah.
But I feel like people do. I feel like we should have somebody here with an opposing view. I'm pretty sure that would have been Henry because Henry seems to live on the.
I mean, school
left side of things.
Yeah, school is generally left. School is generally liberal, and that's like you've noticed that. I mean. You can talk about anything, and it's like
half of people are gonna agree with you.
Anything that comes to the left, and it's weird because when you have right point of views, right, it feels weird being in a whole room filled with liberals, right? Because it feels like you have it wrong.
Yeah.
You have it wrong, and everyone, like, let's say I don't know, I go out and I say abortion is wrong. Right?
Yeah.
A woman comes up, you can't have a child, you will never know that pain. I'm like, well, just because I can't have a child, that doesn't mean I can't speak about murder.
Dude,
so
while we're on abortion, and this is get this podcast canceled, and I feel like we pretty much summed up our opinions on
guns,
guns. So, all right, you guys. Topic number 2: abortion.
All
right.
Oh, because we're all guys. So.
I think we should all start with our point of views.
Yeah.
And I'm pro-life personally.
Yeah.
But I feel like there could be an exception. I feel like a girl or a woman who has been raped, and she does get impregnated and all. I feel like then she has that choice whether she wants to birth that human being or not.
I feel like
if it's a girl, just out here sleeping with all the basketball players, then that's on her. I feel like she doesn't deserve that. She should live with that.
Yeah. I mean, these are decisions made. I mean, I kind of agree with the. I kind of agree with that rape part. I mean, it is tough.
Yeah.
Like, can you imagine a mom seeing her child, but knowing that child was from rape?
Yeah.
That remembers her from the horrible past that she had, right?
Yeah.
But then at the same time, it's such a heavy step if you are pro-life. Like, as a mom, can you imagine being pro-life and a woman and being raped?
Yeah.
Like, how bad you would feel?
In a way, it's like...
You didn't ask the child.
Yeah, you didn't ask for it.
You were forced into it, right?
You pretty much, like, had the offspring of a monster in your eyes.
Yeah. And, I don't know, and rape is a really sad thing. And, you know, it also ties in with, like, rape culture that I hear in college campuses. I see in videos. It's like rape culture this, rape culture that. I'm like, there is no such thing as rape culture.
Yeah, I feel like
if you rape somebody and there's proof against you and you go to court, you will be found guilty. You will serve a sentence.
Well, honestly, if I'm being while we're there, I feel like it might be a little more lenient towards some other people. For instance, what was the kid's name who went to Stanford and raped that girl?
I don't know, but I know
you know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm referring to. Well, if you guys haven't heard, this guy who went to Stanford, you know, Ivy League school, and you know, one of the best swimmers on the team and all, found this girl who was drunk and, you know, really pretty much blacked out, you know, unconscious. And he raped her. And then a couple of Swedish grad students were coming by, and then they saw what he was doing, and so, you know, they pretty much beat him up. And in the court sentencing, the father one thing the father said was like, you guys are gonna like ruin the rest of my son's life, you know, for registering as a sex offender and all, and he for like 20 minutes of pleasure. And at first, you know, when I heard that, I was like, dang, you know, that's a pretty sick remark. But the judge ruled in his favor, and I believe he only got around a year, not even that long. Honestly, he got off in 6 months. Well, I feel, and it was like the judge's leniency saying, hey, this kid goes to Stanford, you know, he's a top tier student, he has a future, so we shouldn't take away what his potential. And you see, that I feel like is incredibly, like, that's too lenient.
Yeah.
Because
he could go do it again.
Exactly. Because I feel like once you rape somebody, it's done. You know, you shouldn't be allowed in this society anymore.
I feel like, when do you draw consent? If a woman is drunk and she gives you consent, is that a yes?
See, there's the thing, because some people get drunk and then they don't remember the next day.
But but you don't remember, right?
Hey, here's the safe way to do it. Keep a printout contact with you.
That's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking. Sign here. 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 Oh, wait. Fine print. Here.
Fine print, yeah. Here. Exactly.
You know?
And it's like, hey, that's the safest way to go around it. I mean, if you really want to get technical within the court of law, you know, that's really all you need. Really, that's all you need.
But what I'm saying is, like,
Imagine that, dude. You're about to have intercourse with some dude, and he whips out his fucking contract.
You said he signed you.
You're just like, you can't understand it. So he's like, damn, I gotta call my lawyer.
I was like, whips out what?
Just for 20 minutes of pleasure, like we said. For 20 minutes.
What I'm saying is, like, that's
like that cock, dude. What about that contract?
If a woman, let's say a guy gets drunk, right? A guy gets drunk, and the woman creeps up onto him, right? And you know, they have intercourse, right? And the guy regrets it. What does the guy do?
Give him some flowers and say sorry.
No, but hear me out. A guy gets drunk, and the girl is sober. Yeah, she fucks that guy.
I mean, yeah, exactly. But I feel like you're not gonna see that, because me as a guy, I'm too prideful.
Maybe you don't see it. Maybe you don't see it, but you don't hear it, right? Because you don't hear a guy saying that woman raped me.
See, exactly.
You don't hear it.
And I feel like the reason why is because, you know, me with my experience is dudes are prideful. Guys are way too prideful. They're not.
Yeah. They're just not gonna admit.
Me get raped? What?
Like when?
Like I don't do rape.
That falls under that falls under like guys having this
too much of a
like a really
ego.
really strong ego.
Yeah.
And not letting it go.
All right, well, you guys, that wraps up the time we have for today. Thank you for joining us on our first episode, and I hope you'll be back for the next one. And I'll let them say
All right,
about
see
it.
you guys later.
And I'll see you in the next episode.